So now that I've platinumed every FNAF game, I can finally answer the age-old question. What is Dillard's favorite FNAF game? So to get that answer, I will be ranking all FNAF games on PlayStation, and yeah, also that one. And I will be ranking all the games on a system based on two factors: my experience with the Platinum Trophy, and how much I actually enjoy the game as a whole. So with that being said, let's get right into the first entry, with that being FNAF 1 is the reason why, you guys are all here. It's the very first video on my channel, but it was also the very first FNAF game that I completed from nights 1 all the way to 7. Like, before I started YouTube, I was familiar with FNAF, I was in the community, and I even played a little bit of FNAF, but I never completed a game even nights 1 through 5 all the way, until FNAF 1. Not only was FNAF 1 the first FNAF game that I properly beat, but it was also my first time ever playing a FNAF game on console. Like, I didn't even know the games were on console until I checked. And, yeah, it was really easy to complete. Like, I literally beat the entirety of the game in 3 hours. 3. And I am, bro, this shit's so hot. I'm taking it off. And I'm extremely grateful for FNAF 1 because it kickstarted my YouTube journey. But I can't be biased. If I'm being honest, the game is really not that good. It's just boring as hell, man. Like, it's a sitting simulator. The ambience of the game is classic. It's like no other. But it's just so mid, man. And for that, I'm gonna give it a C tier. Or I don't know where I'm supposed to point. Maybe over here somewhere? Hey, editor, can you, like, select C for me? So yeah, pretty mid-game, but super easy platinum. Now, FNAF 2 is hard to rank because this game is honestly really good. It features the toy animatronics, the withered animatronics, which obviously they look so nice, and it also features the best FNAF ambience in any of the games. And it has a huge jump in gameplay from FNAF 1. Instead of having to just watch 2 doors and click a few lights and worry about Foxy, you get put into a new multitasking gameplay loop with, like, actual things to do. You need to maintain Foxy in the hallway, you gotta maintain the music box! And overall, the game just doesn't really have a repetitive gameplay loop like FNAF 1 does, which is great. There are so many different actions that you actually need to worry about, while also having to, like, maintain your anxiety, because that game is, like, so anxiety-inducing. It's horrible, but it's awesome! It is easily, if not the best, one of the best mainline FNAF games, but the platinum experience itself makes the game miserable. And that's because of 2 animatronics, Toy Bonnie and Foxy. Like, bro, fuck you, Toy Bonnie, if you're watching this video. No! You fucking piece of shit! FNAF 2's max mode, 1020, is so RNG dependent because of Toy Bonnie. So, like, even if you have the skill to beat the night, it doesn't matter because the RNG is just gonna, like, take your butt cheeks and spread them, and it's game over. Because of this, FNAF 2 is gonna comfortably sit in an F tier. Not because the game is bad. It's a really good FNAF game. It's almost a perfect classic FNAF game. I would put it in A tier if it wasn't for, like, 1020 mode. Like, if you asked me to eat a handful of glass shards or beat 1020 again, I would rather eat 10 handfuls of glass shards until my throat explodes into a million fucking pieces and I gotta go to the ER. Like, the platinum experience on FNAF 2 is so dog shit, I would rather get found doing fentanyl. So for that, it's gotta go in F tier. Not because it's a bad game, just because it's a horrible experience.
I always come back.
Moving on to FNAF 3, it's just so boring, bro. Like, more boring than FNAF 1. It's gotta be the most boring FNAF game in the entire mainline series. It only features 1 animatronic, being Springtrap, and that's not really an issue. It's just like they did it wrong. Like, Springtrap has an insane amount of aura, but they really made FNAF 3 feel like more of a strategy game with a horror element on it, which I guess, FNAF is a strategy game, but it just feels like Springtrap the game! Like, Patrick the game! But Springtrap, like, it doesn't feel like Five Nights at Freddy's. It's Five Nights at Springtraps. Like, Springtrap is so calculated. He knows exactly what he wants to do, but literally the fact that it's just 1 animatronic we're going against makes it not hard at all. I can literally just sit on the cameras and puppy dog. Yo, come over here, Springtrap. No, go away. Yeah. Hey, come over here. No, go away. Hey, come over here. Literally for, like, every single night. Like, you could just lure him back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Like, there's no challenge to that. The only challenge that this game had was the mini games, specifically, I think, the Circus Baby one. I don't know, Balloon Boy, maybe? Something with the balloons. But even then, I completed the entire game, first time ever playing, in 5 hours on stream. Extremely easy platinum, super boring, but very easy platinum. So for this, I'm gonna give it a D tier. Shit is somehow more boring than FNAF 1.
Okay, so the first night is never usually that bad in any of the games, so I'll play through. Ah, fuck! What the fuck? Ah!
When I think of the most perfect mainline FNAF game, I think FNAF 4. When you think of FNAF games, you think of it being scary, having ambience, having great animatronics, and it being a challenge. FNAF 4 has all of that. It is the first game in the series that shifted from like a gameplay loop to like an audio-based loop. It was like a very immersive change. It actually put you in the game, and it made a gameplay loop that is genuinely scary. So, like, the game is actually scary. It forces you to play the game with a good pair of headphones so you can hear every tiny movement of the animatronics, so you can hear the precise movements when they're walking to the door. Oh yeah, and did I mention you're like literally just playing in a bedroom with no lights, dark doors, a dark closet, like, this is like scary as shit. At like 12 years old, maybe a little older, I couldn't play this. I was like shaking in my boots, like, Mom, I don't want to play FNAF 4 anymore. Mom. Like, but the ambience of this game is perfect. The animatronics are perfect. And overall, it was a pretty challenging platinum trophy to get. Like, the thing that FNAF 4 does right that FNAF 3 didn't is the single animatronic aspect. As you guys know, once you get to the end of Night 5, it introduces Fredbear. And then on Nights 6 and 7, we get Nightmare. And it's only one animatronic. But compared to Springtrap, it's an actual challenge. You have to listen very, very hard to hear what side Nightmare is actually coming from. And even then, you don't know, because he can either appear on the left door, the right door, or he appears on the bed or inside the closet. And once you're trying to find Nightmare, you have to make these like decisions very quickly. If you waste even a second of your time, the whole night's done. It's a game that is constantly keeping you on your toes. And this game also really hones in on the lore of the story and the mini games. This is where we got the classic the Barn of 87 meme from. Like, this is a game that when you say the word FNAF, everyone is gonna think of. And for that, it gets a freaking S tier. I don't care what anyone says. It is like perfect. Perfect game. Platinum Trophy made me want to rip my hair out, but it was just too good of a game. It's gotta go in S tier. But you know what? FNAF Sister Location can eat my nut.
I don't recognize you. You are new.
This game was the first FNAF game on console to ever have a mouse cursor that you got to control with a controller. It is so goddamn AIDS to have to control a mouse cursor with a controller, especially on the 4th night of the game, which has you escaping from a spring lock suit, and it sucked because it was so tedious because controlling a mouse with a fucking controller is horrible. I would rather eat poop filled with blood clots and eat them like gushers, like than ever touch a FNAF port with a mouse cursor again. Another thing that made the platinum pretty annoying is that the first 5 nights aren't like the regular 5 nights like at Freddy's. They are objective based, and every time you fail an objective, it would restart the entire night. There's no checkpoints. And this made night 5 such bullshit because of the mouse cursor. On night 5, it requires you to repair Circus Baby using a keypad. But if you even think of clicking the tiniest pixel that is incorrect, you're done. And I had this happening to me so much because controlling a mouse cursor with a controller, as I said, was like low-key impossible.
6, 5, 4, 5.
Then there was the mini games like the Circus Baby one, which sucked absolute butt. And then I had to go to the custom night and deal with Bonnet. So like this game is just like pretty terrible overall. There was way too much going on in this game, and I don't think I would ever want to touch it again just because of the fact of the mouse cursor alone. So for that, I'm putting it in F tier with FNAF 2. This is one of those examples where the game is not terrible, but I literally went through hell for this platinum trophy, and I never want to touch that shit again. So going in F tier.
Connection terminated.
FNAF 6 is a game that I feel I can't really properly rank. I feel like it was the first FNAF game that was like super complex. In terms of the platinum trophy, it wasn't very hard at all. You're just like running a tycoon, playing mini games, buying animatronics, and you got to get your bread up by buying more animatronics, more mini games, yada yada. And you know, it's kind of fun. Like I like playing Roblox tycoon games at my old age, so like I enjoyed FNAF 6. But the true reason why that people really love this game is because of the lore. As you guys know, like once you beat the game, like the whole building burns down and all that. Like, you know, don't unsubscribe from me for this, but I don't really know like much lore or anything about FNAF, so I didn't really have an emotional impact with FNAF 6. So I don't really know how to rank this game. I'm just gonna throw it in B. Very fun gameplay, easy platinum, but it's not something where it's like, wow, I love FNAF 6. This is an A tier or an S tier. Like, you know, it's just like, I'd play it again. It's fun.
Freddy, you're supposed to be on lockdown.
Go cry about it, bitch.
This next game, I feel like is going to be a real hot take, because I love Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. I honestly have no complaints about that game at all. I really enjoyed that it was a free roam game that's like set in like a huge mall in like the 90s, and especially after going through like FNAF 2 and Sister Location, being able to play Security Breach was like la 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 la, like it was a walk in the park. I really enjoyed teaming up with Freddy to like, you know, survive against Vanessa. It was like like the first time where instead of Freddy being the bad guy, he was the good guy, kind of like Wreck-It Ralph. Like, I just enjoyed exploring the Megaplex and playing the mini games like the golf one, Princess Quest, and overall, like, it was a game that I would play again. Like, I actually did thoroughly enjoy it. Really easy platinum trophy. If anyone wants to start like the FNAF series and get a platinum trophy on it, I definitely would recommend you start with Security Breach. It's really easy, really enjoyable. A tier for me.
That was too close. I was almost a Cassie sandwich.
But I can't say the same about Security Breach Ruin. This doesn't have a platinum trophy, but I did 100% it, so I'm gonna include it. Honestly, very forgettable, man. I don't think I'd want to replay. No, I'm confident. I don't want to replay Ruin. The reason why I low-key just didn't like Ruin is because the 100%, it's very unclear for the requirements. I had to go through like 95 Reddit threads just to get a clear answer of what I'm supposed to do. And then on top of that, stuff for the 100%, like collecting the wet floor signs or the plushies would just glitch and delete my save progress, and I'd have to replay and replay parts of the game. And on top of that, the game is just buggy as hell. Much more buggy than Security Breach, in my opinion. Honestly, when I was playing the game, I didn't even really enjoy the journey. I just wanted to see what was going to happen at the end. I just wanted to be done. And I will say, the one redeeming quality about Ruin is the endings. Because at the end of the game, you're introduced to the Mimic, you're left on a cliffhanger with Gregory and his sister, whatever the hell her name is. It's very forgettable, I don't even know. So I will say that playing Ruin was worth the experience just so I could see what happens at the end. So it's going to go on D tier. Like, I'm not going to replay it or recommend it, but if you do play it, like, forget about it, huh? Like,
the animatronic characters here do get a bit quirky at night.
Moving on to FNAF Help Wanted, I absolutely love this freaking game, man. It's perfect. It's the most immersive FNAF game ever. I never wanted the platinum experience to end when I played the game. The gameplay is fun. It's scary. It's like so immersive. I really love that, like, when you're in the levels, you actually would close the doors, put your mask on, turn the lights off. Like, it's like I was in the game. And like seeing the animatronics stand so tall right in front of you, seeing all the detail, like the scale of the game was perfect. And it had so much variety. It had FNAF 1 through 4 and Sister Location. And it had like a bunch of unique games tied to Help Wanted as well. Like the animatronic repairs, like the vent repairs too. It was a really fun experience and super engaging. And the platinum trophy was also really fun to get. Like even trophies like getting all the tokens, which is a collectible trophy, wasn't tedious at all. I was actually genuinely excited to go get them just because like the levels are so good. So not only is it my favorite FNAF game, like it's definitely easily my favorite FNAF game, it's also my favorite VR game. And for that, it's obviously gonna be sitting comfortably at the top of S tier. And also I'm gonna put its DLC Dreadbear in S tier because like Help Wanted 1 is so good. I don't really have any complaints from the DLC. It just doesn't have a platinum trophy, but it's really good, so S tier. But I would not be able to say the same for its sequel.
Well, if you're hearing this, then chances are you've made a very poor career choice.
This game is left pocket dog shit. This game fucking sucks. Like, excuse my French, but it sucks. The platinum trophy was so boring because you have to play all 40 mini games in Help Wanted 2. Like, it's not hard. It's a very simple platinum trophy, but I would rather watch paint dry than play Help Wanted 2 again. The mini games are actual smegma and not the good kind. It's like you're playing a carnival game. It's like Carnival VR Simulator. Like, some of the mini games include you putting makeup on an animatronic, dressing up an animatronic, making an animatronic food, or even painting for an animatronic. Like, what am I, fucking 4 years old? Like, it's just preschool simulator? Like, hey, daddy, bring me to preschool. Like, it's so boring. The only praise that I'm gonna give Help Wanted 2 is 2 parts of the game. The first one is the Sister Location segment. That was really fun. You get to play, like, the Ennard Night. I don't know why the whole game just wasn't like that. It brought you back to, like, Help Wanted 1. Like, imagine if Help Wanted 1 had Sister Location. That was how it was in Help Wanted 2, and it was really good. And then you also got to do the Princess Quest minigame from Security Breach in first person, like you're actually in the game. That was really cool. I really enjoyed it. But since the game features so many boring mini games with a tedious gameplay loop, I gotta put this at the bottom of F tier. And the difference between Help Wanted 2 and like FNAF 2, this game's an F tier, not because it's super hard, but because it's like literal dog shit. Like bottom of the barrel, like worst FNAF game I've ever played. But you know what isn't dog shit? FNAF Into the Pit. It is honestly hard to say which game is better, FNAF Into the Pit or Help Wanted 1. FNAF Into the Pit is based on the book, and it's so goddamn good. Depending on the day you ask me, I might tell you that FNAF Help Wanted 1 is the best FNAF game, or FNAF Into the Pit is the best FNAF game. Every part of this game is like S tier plus. The story is awesome. The music is awesome. Like, I literally use music from FNAF Into the Pit in every single one of my YouTube videos. The art is so good. The gameplay is good. Like, it's like this was a FNAF game made for the fans. I only have good things to say about this game. I really want another FNAF game like this. The attention that Mega Cat Studios put into this game will never go, like, unnoticed for me ever. They get my praise for life. As for the platinum experience, it's fine. Like, this game is so good, I would platinum this game again. again, and I'm probably going to. There's only one trophy that makes you want to actually jump off a cliff, and it's called Good Job Sport because you have to get like the 3-star ending in Nightmare mode, and that makes it so permadeath is on, so if you die, obviously you got to restart from the beginning, but that just means you get to play this great game again. I died a few times. It was pretty frustrating, but the thing about this game is it's so good that it won't matter. This game makes that permadeath trophy bearable, so it's going in S tier, but it's not any better than Help Wanted 1. Like, both of them are in the same S tier. And with only 3 games left to rank, I know you guys are probably gonna hate me, but man, Secret of the Mimic is a fire game. Like, I feel like this was the first FNAF game where I truly understood the story from start to finish. I really enjoyed learning about the origin of the Mimic and why he was created by Edwin, and I felt like I had the clearest grasp on this story. Like, when I beat the game, I didn't have any questions. Everything was answered. Like, it was the most non-confusing FNAF story ever. I really enjoyed the atmosphere of the game. I enjoyed how everything looked. I enjoyed how it played. I didn't enjoy the puzzles because who does? I don't enjoy puzzles in Poppy Playtime. Why am I gonna enjoy puzzles in FNAF? But like everything else, the music, everything is great. Like I enjoyed upgrading my data diver to unlock other parts of the map. I don't understand why people dislike this game. Like I understand it's short, but it's a great experience and it's so much more polished than Security Breach. And for that, it's definitely gonna sit at the top of a great story, great platinum experience, great game overall. It's a great game.
Listen to my voice, and you will find the key.
Okay, so FNAF World. I have not completed this game, but based on what I've played, I'm gonna rank this. I just don't like it. At the time of this recording, I've only beaten a few endings because, like, I kind of don't want to go back to it, but I'm going to. And it's really not the best. Like, I don't enjoy RPG games that much, and I really don't enjoy Pokemon games that much, and this feels like a Pokemon FNAF game. But, like, the game is pretty true to FNAF. There's, like, a ton of characters. There's a bunch of bosses and characters from a bunch of, like, Scott Cawthon games. There's a bunch of references to, like, future FNAF games that weren't out during FNAF World. And the music is, like, the best part of the game. Like, the music is really good. But I kind of just don't like the gameplay. I don't like walking and then being thrown into a battle. It feels like all like the moves aren't really unique. Like they kind of all do the same thing. I could just sit there and click and click and click and click and they just, all the enemies die. But as I said, I really don't like these Pokemon style games or RPG games. So you can probably see why I don't like it. But I'm going to go back and give it a chance. So if my ranking changes, you guys will know in my FNAF World video. So for now, I'm going to put it in a low D tier. But if anything changes, you guys will know.
My friend, you have met a terrible demise.
And lastly, Ultimate Custom Night. Now listen, this game is not nearly as hard as people make it seem to be. Like, this game is not as hard as FNAF 2 and Sister Location. It is miles easier. I would genuinely replay 50/20 mode several times, and I probably will. But it's still definitely like a tough platinum experience. It's definitely not a walk in the park, but it's not nearly as hard as FNAF 2. What makes this game good is because it's basically a FNAF sandbox, with like every animatronic and mechanic from its predecessors being FNAF 1 through 6, while also featuring its own unique things like power-ups. It references its past games by having an office from FNAF 3, FNAF Sister Location, and FNAF 4. And it has a really nice gameplay loop with like a ton of different challenges. You can basically like do whatever you want in this game. It's basically a sandbox FNAF game, as I said. And it has so many animatronics that it offsets this by making the night much shorter than its predecessors. And it also has a lot of different ways to make 50/20 like easier or harder. So you can play 50/20 with a really easy strategy, or you could follow a really hard strategy and make 50/20 like a really hard challenge. Like, for example, you can Deathcoin Funtime Foxy, but if you don't want to Deathcoin Funtime Foxy, you can do that and make the challenge 10 times harder. I like how you're not set to one strategy. It gives you the option to beat the night while doing a bunch of different things. But a couple negatives of the game is how cheap it feels. Like, you know, the jump scares and the voice lines and the jump scare noises and the jump scare animations. It's just like, it's a lot of reused assets. And overall, the game is pretty lifeless. Like, there's 50 animatronics in the game, but shit, it don't look like it, don't feel like it. And the platinum experience overall is pretty tedious because there is 50 animatronics. So for example, there's a trophy where you have to get every jump scare in the game, and obviously that's gonna be tedious as shit because there's 50 animatronics. I know I'm kind of all over the place, but UCN is kind of just like one huge challenge game. But it does feel very rewarding once you do beat it because it is the hardest mainline FNAF game. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! Oh my god, I did it! Oh my god! What? for that, I gotta put UCN in C tier. It's miles easier than FNAF 2 and Sister Location, and I would replay the game. Like, I don't think it's a better game than FNAF 2 and Sister Location, but in terms of its platinum trophy, it is in that aspect. And you know what? Because of that, I think FNAF 2 and Sister Location need to get its own F tier, its own individual F tier. And as I said, not an F tier because they're bad, but because they're so hard that I would rather super glue my asshole shut and chug laxatives than ever touch that game again. But they are not bad games. Like, FNAF 2 might be, it's between FNAF 2 and FNAF 4 for what's my favorite mainline FNAF game. But yeah, that is my official FNAF tier list ranked based off its platinum experience. Sorry if this was kind of all over the place. I didn't script this video. I just kind of like threw my thoughts into a mic because I felt like this type of video just needed me to freestyle how I felt about the games. And who knows, maybe my opinions will change, but I honestly doubt it. If you guys have any disagreements with me, let me know your tier list ranking in the comments, in the comments, in the comments. And now it's time for me to go rank every animatronic based on difficulty. So I'll see you guys in that video. I can finally get out of this fucking suit. Like,